Hey everybody, One of Weezem here with Eon interrupting our introduction, but we just did the base upgrades for Food Fight. Way easier to document than I thought. I was kind of worried about Green Thumb where you run around and pick up the tomatoes. That said, you can kind of see him with his base upgrades here. He's kind of got the zucchini barrel added on. He's got the hat and the trinket, which don't factor into anything, but we're going to come in. I think what I want to do is take him down Tomatologist. Basically, we're going to address the primary attack, the tomato launcher, which you see right here, which I'm a pretty big fan of because just picking those up with Green Thumb, you do double the damage. It's just a really cool deal. Those things will stick around 23 seconds. There's all kinds of possibilities here. Number of tomatoes you pick up is proportional to the number of increased damage shots you can do. So if you grab 5 tomatoes, your next 5 shots are going to be double the damage, essentially 46 to 92. So that said, we're going to come in here. Like I said, I'm going to do Tomatologist. It's going to improve our launcher attacks. That means, for those of you wanting to see the other path, fear not, Dark Food Fight will take Bloomer and Boomer, which will improve both the Zucchini Blast and the Blooms of Doom. So, Tomatologist, here we come with the pointless cutscene. I'd take those in the base upgrades, but then I'd feel like I was cheating you. The monumental portion that we had here. So Heavy Harvest is up first. Tomatoes picked up from plants are bigger and do even more damage. I assume that means the tomatoes we pick up will result in bigger shots with more damage, but nonetheless, price $13.26. Again, if my prices seem weird to you, 11 wing sapphires are what I've got right now. So we'll go ahead and grab this. Why did I pick this path? I think it suits him the best. I prefer the tomato gun attack. I actually like the aesthetics of regular Food Fight over Dark. He's kind of reminiscent to me, Camo, Zook, Stealth Elf, Stump Smash. Just has that classic life vibe to me. So let's go ahead. Let me get back to the spreadsheet actually. Click on Heavy Harvest. We were doing essentially 46 to 69 with our standard attack. That should be the same. That is. So now though, whenever we pick this up, we were doing 92 to 138. Let's see what we do now. 115, and that was a mighty big explosion. Let me shoot one over there. 172, that was perfect because we got the critical number in 2 shots. That doesn't happen often. So 115 to 172, that's some pretty sweet upgrade in there. We've gone from 46 all the way up to 115. Let me make sure that was all there was to that attack. Yeah, I believe so. So essentially, you know, if we come in here, and it's kind of hard for me to get good angles here. If we just kind of, you know, ramshackle all this stuff, then we can come in as we pick up. That's our 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Then when I come back over here, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So same thing, it is proportional. I assume that 23 seconds that it takes for that plant to expire. Let's go ahead and test it, just because I'd feel bad if I didn't. We're looking for 115 now. I'm going to shoot that. We're going to grab this. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. 24 Mississippi, 25 Mississippi. It's been 25 seconds. That means that thing should have expired on the ground. So let's see if we do 115 or if we do 46. Still did 115, so I'm not going to take the time to count that one out for you because it may just stay that way, you know, forever. And then we'd look like idiots if we counted it. But I do know the plants will disappear after roughly 23 seconds, and apparently they last longer than that in your gun. Can't imagine a scenario where you're needing to... I guess if you, I don't know, cleared out a monster gate and you'd picked up 3 or 4 of them, and then you had to like solve a puzzle, like a laser beam puzzle in the next area, and then you came across enemies and you maybe spent like 2 minutes or something on the puzzle, that's when that might factor in. But again, that is even above and beyond for what I do. So, all you need to know is 115 to 172, and they look awesome. So next one is Hair Boom Tomatoes. Props for the play on words. Detonate tomato plants with a zucchini blast. Price is $17.16 with our funky little discount. So the way I understand that, it's basically going to only impact the plants that form on the ground when we shoot. So here comes a 46. Well, 69 since we got a critical. I'm going to come up here. Again, the problem with the zucchini blast, it's low, very, very, very close range. So let's see what we get. It does 50 to 75. I think we got 40 from that. So got to scoot up a bit. Yeah, 75 and 40. So that's not a big deal, but I guess if you like get in a bind, it'll be pretty helpful. So once again, the numbers overlapped there. I'll try to do it again where I'm right at the edge where the zucchini won't hit the dummy, but will still blow up the tomato. So you should just see the one number. You didn't. So let me try it from back here. Again, sorry for the multiple button presses. I've been playing a lot of Smash, and so I've been doing Nintendo buttons again, and then I just wish they could all be the same. My life would be so easy. Alright, so primary attack, we're going to scoot back 40. So critical hit on that would be 60, and that's about all we can do there. I mean, I don't know if I can get multiple hits for you. I'm trying to get like a couple. We got 2 there, so let me try this for you. We got 2 40s. You get the idea. I mean, obviously, in a legit battle situation, you know, you might have something that looks, you know, like that, and then as you come up here and you're like, oh, group of enemies, you'd blast them and do that. So, let's see here. Was there anything I wanted to test? I kind of wondered if the explosion from my secondary attack would do anything to those. I don't think it will. Well, dadgum. Okay, we'll find out this time. Oh, that will detonate it too. So unadvertised, but functional. So you learned something today. The game clearly states detonate tomato plants with a zucchini blast, and I am telling you, if you don't want to use the zucchini blast, you can also detonate them with the Blooms of Doom attack. So hair boom tomatoes 40 to 60. Also detonate with Blooms of Doom. I'm just going to call it that because it's shorter and will fit the spreadsheet better. So unadvertised, I thought, you know, that's kind of going to register as the same thing. You've got basically secondary explosion, which is massive from our base upgrade, and then you've got the tertiary explosion. So my thoughts were, hey, wouldn't that blow the plant up too? And it does. And that actually makes it way more functional in my opinion. So pretty cool stuff here with food fight down the Tomatologist path. So bad aftertaste is our last upgrade. Enemies damaged by exploding tomato plants will take damage over time. Price is $23.40. I don't know if this will register here at the training grounds or not. Seems like one that would, but I think that a lot, and then I find out that they don't. So let's go ahead and shoot there, and we'll just use that because it's easier. There's our 40. Wow. So we got extra hits off there. Let me get away from Chaos. He bothers me. All right. So we'll detonate. Whoops. That was my bad. So 3 more hits. That was actually a 60 there. Bad aftertaste. 40 to 60 on explosion, and then the damage over time is usually like a really low number, you know, 5 to 8, 6 to 9, etc. This is actually big, 40 to 60, 3 times more. So that's a big deal. I mean, you get 40 to 60 on the initial, and then another. So worst case scenario, if you've got a tough enemy, you know, you're in nightmare mode or something, you're going to do 160 damage. Best case scenario, you do 240. 160 to 240. Significant stuff right there. So this has been very easy to document, shockingly. I'm used to the complicated guys, but time to get that precious soul gem that I've waited so long for. His soul gem, that's how I roll. Hold X to charge up a super tomato, release X to ride it, and run over enemies. Price is $31.20. I have wanted to do this for a long, long time. Back before the game was released, Amazon had this as a screenshot, and I was like, that's the soul gem or the tertiary attack. Later I learned of the zucchini blast, and I was like, that's got to be a soul gem. So I've been very excited about it. Let's see how long you have to hold it down. Basically, well, I guess 3-ish right now, we'll call it. So I'm going to let go. 120 to 180. 4 hits maybe. So let's try this again. I'm just gonna, as soon as it appears, I'm gonna release it and see if it spawns or not. Well, that was 5 seconds there. I should have done this. Alright, let me, literally this time, as soon as the tomato appears, I'm not going to wait for that bold aura, which I think has to be there. As soon as he shows up with that in his hand, we're going. Okay, so he takes it away. So, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. You can go at 4 Mississippi. And 4 hits there. That's kind of dependent on how close you are to the enemy. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Right as soon as that red rubble starts to appear. So there we go. I've got to document it before I forget. 4-second charge time, and then as you roll over your enemies, 120 to 180. What I want to do now, I think that also counts as an explosion. So let's go ahead and shoot a couple tomatoes over there. Try to get them. That's about as good as it's going to get. So anyway, see if we can get an explosion going. Nope, we just crush them, I guess. So that's still pretty cool. Let's stand closer and see how many hits we can get off. Maybe like a best case scenario. Six hits that time. So I guess I should give you the duration of the tomato roll. I don't think it'll increase if we don't hit anything. 6 seconds basically. I'll go ahead and put that 6-second runtime. And again, I showed you we can get 6 hits off, so 6-second runtime. Pretty good path, I would have to say. I'm pretty pleased with that one. Tomatologist is the path we took for our base food fight. And what I'm going to do now is pull him, and we will go to dark food fight. We'll take him down Bloomer and Boomer. And yes, it did have a little bit to do with the blooms and booms actually matching the dark color scheme. So, plus I just honestly thought this was like the way to go with food fights. So, my favorite deal is probably just picking up the tomatoes and getting that secondary, damage boost there. So, Soul Gem's pretty cool. Wish it lasted a little bit longer. Something I would love to see in the future with him is not necessarily charging up for this, but maybe, holding X down for 2 seconds and getting like a bigger tomato to shoot automatically. Where we're doing 46 there, maybe if I 1-2 and then release, and we do like, a 75 or something like that. Still keep, the Soul Gem integration, but that would be something I'd like to see as possibly a future WoW POW. Something else I would love to see is instead of this for our tertiary, maybe get like a deal where you can charge it up for 2 or 3 seconds and then just basically shoot out like this big zucchini, like a missile that might, or even, like the mortar type deal I mentioned earlier. But overall, I'm pretty happy. I'm excited to see how this compares to his other path, Bloomer and Boomer. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it's as easy to document. To check out those exclusive attack damage numbers I compile for you, take the links at the top of the video description box to the Skylander Club forum or my personal site. If you're here on YouTube and you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. You can follow me on Twitch. I live stream quite a bit of Skylanders. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. My personal site, again, is oneofweezem.com. And last but not least, if you like what you see on the Skylander Club forum, make sure to sign up. That's a little site I put together for everybody to kind of hang out, talk Skylander. So take advantage of that, have a good time, and I will catch you back here with Dark Food Fight going down the Bloomer and Boomer path.